January is all about building that intensity in terms of volume. So in the beginning, we're going to long toss, and we're going to be introducing that, and then we're going to go into more compressions where we're trying to monitor their velocity, right? So then we're going to transition from velocity phase into the mound phase, where we start to dial in some of those pitches and get ready for the upcoming season. Ben's biggest focus this offseason was to get a little bit stronger. He's an athlete that's taller, he moves pretty well, throws hard for his age, especially as a junior. Now that he's a senior, it's all about building that strength in the weight room, getting him to move a little bit faster.
You know, being at B3 this year is really great for me. The training this year has been more specialized and like player specific. Just being here on like the workouts on the force plates and seeing my force production has been really helpful, and translating what I do here and on the mound into this spring swing.
Ben's been seeing a lot of success in the weight room. First of all, he's increased a lot of his weights. His jumping numbers are getting better as well on the force plates. On the throwing side, we're starting to see that velocity stay very consistent. We're starting to see him move a little bit quicker and throw a little bit harder. So it's going to be exciting getting him back on the mound. Walter McCord has gained a lot of weight since he started training with us back at the end of the summer. He came in throwing upper 70s, maybe clipping a couple 80s in there. Over this off season, our staff here has done a great job getting him a little bit stronger, moving faster again. On the throwing side, we're starting to see some big ticks up in terms of velocity, and as he's playing catch and I'm watching him, I'm seeing the ball move a little bit differently now, so it's going to be really cool to get him back on the mound as well.
Just the preparation it takes to make sure you're performing every day the best you can, making sure you're staying healthy, getting ready for the season. I think it's been the biggest thing I've learned, and it's going to be the biggest help that I have this year.
Trying to learn how to control his body on the mound, especially in a game scenario whenever some of the heart rate might not be where he's used to, I guess, in terms of the training environment. So for us, it's going to be able for him to be able to repeat his mechanics and be able to fill up the zone and keep some of those pitch shapes pretty consistent throughout the game.
Get set, right? Get good tension to it, right? You go continuous, you kind of lose tension. Oh!
Yeah, so Will came in a really good spot as a freshman, going to be a sophomore. As we started to really take a look at where he's at on the assessment table with some of his force production, we noticed that we just needed to gain weight. We needed to teach him how to move a little bit better in the weight room. And again, he's another guy that's starting to see a lot of success in terms of velocity development, and he already came in knowing how to pitch, and he's kind of got that little bit of attitude to be able to get something done on the mound. So now it's all about just building that capacity and just helping guide him over the next couple years of his high school career. I think the program has really shown Will that there's more people out there trying to do the same thing, and he's a competitor, so he really wants to overachieve and show that he's better than some of these guys. But at the same time, you're going to catch him, dapping people up in the facility, getting close to players. So he's got that personality that fits really well for baseball. Big picture development goal for Will is going to be, obviously, like I mentioned before, getting him stronger. And then also just teaching him how to carry himself whenever he has a good day or a bad day. He could be a guy that goes big time D1, or it could be a guy that goes to JUCO route. You really never know. But right now, we certainly know we have a good pitcher on our hands, so we just want to help mold him to the best we can.
The biggest thing I learned this offseason was definitely the mental toughness and consistency. There's going to be days where you don't want to come in and you're tired and you just don't want to do anything, but you have to put you in that mindset of coming in.
Yeah, January is really going to set up your year in terms of development, because this is only the start. So these guys are going to get on the mound, they're going to start ramping up. Before you know it, they're going out there, they're trying to impress their high school coaches, make a team, and then before you know it, those guys are trying to win a state championship. So we really want to help those guys not only develop in the weight room and on the mound, we want to teach them how to be good teammates, we want to teach them how to have longevity in this game, and ultimately get these guys to the next level.